Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another night of Adaptive Fun Times. This time with a double header, as I believe they are called. First, we'll be seeing Quick Draw versus General Store, and then either immediately after, or maybe with a small break in between, we'll go to Algernon versus Behawk. And Quick Draw and General Store are already patiently but anxiously awaiting my arrival. So let's jump right into this with password KAGI question mark. Yeah, all right. Quick Draw versus General Store. Let me find if I can pull up the challenge real quick. KAGI Top Cut. This is the round of 32, kind of, except there are not 32 players. So some people, all of the second seeds and some of the first seeds, have to do a playing match. And here we see on this side of the bracket General Store versus Quick Draw, the winner of which will be facing Fabulausing in the round of 16 next week. We see Dark Tidings on Quick Draw's side. And I think those houses mean Guadalupe. Yes, it is. It's Guadalupe, the periodically spiky, versus Prophetic Visions, Garyville, Wilderness Confidence. Let's see, some three disenhancers, Annihilation Ritual, that could be interesting. Double, no, you shouldn't have, and double Traumatic Echo. So both of those cards can probably do a lot of tricky stuff. For prophecies, we have the early birds, and that's if Quick Draw has more Ember than General Store. Stars Aligned, very nice for guaranteeing some prophecy triggers. Tails You Lose, pretty decent. And on the other hand, Waste or Regret. I don't think that will be coming up too much in here. Maybe you have to discard the Submerged Principles sometimes, but usually that's either a hold in hand or play kind of card. Maybe you have to discard the fittest. Inviting or Fin the Herd sometimes, but yeah, probably going to get most value from the Tails You Lose side. General Store also aware they are in a game right now, so that's good. Dark Tidings will be going first for all of these games. Also, hello, Ketzer. I, for like half a minute, put my eyes on your stream yesterday before I had to go stream myself. But good to see you are here. And both players now considering their mulligan options. So far, none has taken the bait. And it seems like none will. Both players happy with their hands. And Quick Draw starts off with an Eddy onto the board. Archives something for later use. Now, how is the creature control in the Prophetic Vision deck, you ask? A little bit on the low side, I think. We have Unstable Deal in Logos, and Sack of Coins in Shadows. But that might actually be kind of it outside of... there is the They Tell No Tales in this as well. But still, very limited creature control options. In the meantime, by the way, Merkins is going to hit the archived card and find the fittest, giving one power counter to the Merkins here. Plays Hawk for no value. I don't, on top of my head, remember if there are many important artifacts, and yeah, you could say that. It has the Tide Warp Macabui combo. So probably sad to see the Hawk go there. Doing some catching up. Quick draw on the previous turn. Plays Techno Bubble. Oh no, no, no. Plays some creatures and stuns. Plays Biome to raise the tide and captures with Xeno trading. Now it's Logos for General Store. Plays the Foreseer. Will foresee some futures. And plays a Wild Wormhole into Scorpion. Knowing that that is on top of the deck. That's a pretty cool combo. Not really though, on neither of his turns has prophesized anything. Let me see how many fade effects there are. There are 1, 2, not counting Grave Bounty, 2, 3, or 4 fade effects. So the fade effects are pretty relevant. Twice, oh no, you shouldn't have Unstable Bedale and Predatory Landing. So probably General Store really wants to keep those prophecies open for when the fates do trigger. Quick Draw goes into a Logos turn, discards a Bilge Warden. Hey, discards. Would have triggered Waste Regret. And then plays the Nova Archaeologist and reaps it Eddie. Bit of a slower turn, just making Ember, developing the board a little bit. But it goes back to General Store here. Plays the second Scorpion. The first one will be able to deal 2 damage after reaping, but that won't really be able to get rid of any of Quick Draw's creatures here. We will see a reap here and deal 2 damage to Archaeologist, Eddie. One of those two probably. Maybe Falmart if you are worried about stuff. Okay, yeah. Goes for the Falmart for the potential key taxing in the future. Does now have a pretty and activates a prophecy this time. Quick Draw already above the Ember total for General Store. Probably isn't able or wants to fix that. Yeah, not many ways to pay your opponent Ember in stack. So we probably will be seeing that happen. A Predatory Landing might be kind of tricky here, just stealing to Ember if Quick Draw doesn't respect the Shadows board. Which is annoying because he has already used some creature control to deal with those, but with Predatory Landing still presenting a threat here. And speaking of threats, the double Scorpion is a little bit scary. We'll be able to distribute 6 damage among creatures for Quick Draw. But Quick Draw goes into a pretty strong Untamed turn, finds a Colonia, and Witch of the Dawn, bringing back a Maliobi, which was discarded earlier, as well as the Deepwater Druid, and goes to check to 10. General Store here does have, oh no, you shouldn't have, so we'll be getting 3 Ember, but is just barely short of the 6 Ember a key would cost, except... Alright, yeah, Mookling was played, so the key is taxed here anyway. Now, General Store will be able to go back into this, get rid of Colonia, Mookling, Falmart potentially, and maybe even something else by fighting with the Bite Viper. And yeah, that's just too tempting to offer up. So plays the General Relativity Imp, plays Emeritus Darn with this enhancement, setting that up for a Logos turn, and is going to wreak some havoc on Quick Draw's board here. Let's see what is taken out. Yeah, the Colonia has to go. Can't be left alive. Second Scorpion has to be the Mookling, right? Right? Perhaps, perchance. Yes, takes out the Mookling, And also the fall mart. Oh, okay, yeah, right. That's one effect. So both instances of damages have to be selected and then are applied at the same time. Let's see if we see the Pied Viper fight into something. You can take out the Witch of the Dawn to reduce the Untamed Reaping, that's possible. But probably more likely might take out Eddie here. I don't know if Guadalupe has very much archiving, other than the novel archaeologist that's on board, of course. But it has a Theory Conjecture, a second Edai, so that might be the play here. And yeah, it's going to sacrifice the Viper to take out the Eddie. Isn't going to stop the key here, of course, and put something under Tails You Lose. Quick draw forces here, and probably won't be activating the early bird. Unfortunately, though, for General Store at least, Quick Draw right now does have two different houses on flanks. So unless he goes into Logos, probably won't be forced to activate Tails You Lose. In the meantime. Yeah, Muslim dudes. Like I said it, and then I thought, right, yeah, no. Anyway, Quick Draw goes for Finderhurt and gets just 4 creatures shuffled back into the deck. Pretty devastating here. General Store will be able to forge here. And uses Maliobi to take out the Scorpion and also enrage the other 2 creatures. And General Store here goes into Shadows. Does have some urchins providing steel here. Sack of Coin, of course, would be able to do some stuff. Yeah, Urchin 1 comes down, steals an Ember. Cover Fire, pretty insane. Prophetic Vision cards really controls Quick Draw here. I think, yeah, Cover Fire made Quick Draw lose 3 and then steal 1. Because of the rounding, the Urchin didn't really matter whether you play it first or last. Now does have the Sack of Coins as well. Has 6 Ember and will be able to deal 6 damage. I'm kind of assuming the Novo Archaeologist might be going, just because of the... You don't really want that to recur an Eddy or a Thunderhurt or a put it fill in the blank here. But no, takes out the Shield Generator to get the Ember levels on their back into the pool. And yeah, that Cover Fire pretty devastating. An Ember swing of 5, pretty insane. And yeah, goes to check at 8, doesn't prophesize anything, and gets the turn to Quick Draw. Now those artifacts, we haven't actually seen any of them show up here. A Mechabui, a Tide Warp, all can be pretty solid here. Ulfbert might actually not be the most important, because even though there are 10 Logos creatures, it doesn't seem like General Store really has to go back to Logos over and over again. But Quick Draw fires back with the Cover Fire at home. I feel bad saying that. Submerged Principle, very cool card. But seems kind of... it's sad seeing it next to Cover Fire. I think will be the right way to describe this. But has finds some other good stuff at least. Finds an Eddy, the Mechabui here, and is probably thinking about what to archive with the Novu Archaeologist. Colonia might be a good option. I'm not sure how many untamed creatures are left with 3 on the board, 1 in the discard pile. Let's take a quick look. We do have Deep Water Ruin, Youngest Bear. I think it might only be those two, or no, also the Floomp, I think. Okay, so probably 3 more creatures. Could still be pretty relevant. Just 3 more Ember if you archive the Colonia here. But yeah, let's see. That is assuming, of course, you want to archive. You could also Reap for 1, I suppose. Doesn't seem too tempting, but you can. The reason perhaps you would want to do that is because you don't want to mix the archives, or don't intend to pull the archives for a while with any on board. But without protection, I don't think you really can count on Eddie staying there. Although General Store does have pretty limited creature control. But yeah, does choose to archive and archives the Techno Bauble. Is anticipating perhaps a lowest board. And yeah, Techno Babble, since creature and each of its neighbors that shares a house. So good against scorpions that have many dis neighbors. Good against white lowest boards that might be coming here. With the Protect CYX cool line of cards. There's also 2 Code Monkeys. Code Monkey here could be pretty good for getting back both the Urchin and the Merkins. Merkins kind of devastating, although Quick Draw will be seeing it coming if it gets archived. But no, goes back into this. Plays the Annihilation Ritual. Yeah, that is also pretty relevant here. You can just permanently take out some of the problematic creatures. Finds 2 disc creatures here, quote unquote. And yeah, is going to purge the one of the 2 at least. And here comes the Traumatic Echo. I wonder if you choose action or creature here. I think action might be the play. That's usually what I go for, at least. Although Guadalupe does only have 12 actions. But yeah, it's going to shut off all of those, at least for now. Yeah, Finhurt also pretty strong, but as we see with Urchins, it does become perhaps a little bit more difficult to time that correctly. General Store also doesn't prophesize, but does go to check here. Doesn't raise the tide, so Crypto getting 1 from the Mecha Buoy, goes into Untamed. Finds the 2nd Deepwater Gruin and the Youngest Bear. We'll probably see the Maliobi fight just for the Enrage stuff. Yeah, Reeves. And yeah, Enrages Emeritus Darn. House Enhanced Emeritus Darn. Threatening a Reap, threatening gaining much advantage. Cannot really let that slide. But yeah, does manage to go to check for the 2nd key here. While General Store forges a yellow one. 2 keys to 1, but a key might be coming somewhat soon. For Ember control options, also interesting. There is the very strong Shadows, of course. I think there is only 1, 2, 3 cards in the Shadows that don't. No, wait. Sorry, I'm not. Hawk is okay. 5 cards in Shadows that don't contribute to that plan, and that is counting Merkins, who could hit an Ember control from the top of the opponent's deck or archive. But other than the Shadows, the M control seems to be perhaps a little bit lacking. Only one cutthroat research in Logos, and no kinds of. Oh no, wait. Grave Bounty is. I'm very familiar with prophetic visions. Grave Bounty can also make you lose too. So, but yeah. All that is to say, we might be seeing Quick Draw forge a second key here. In the meantime, playing Fall Guy, Fagin, and fighting with the Merkins. Putting in a Reap, and the other Urchin just kind of staying on the board. But yeah, still doesn't raise the tide. And so Quick Draw will gain 1 Ember and then forge the second key here. That Macabui being kind of uncontested, just providing a lot of value. Basically, Virtuous works at this point. And goes into Star Lines. You'll probably see the Archives being pulled here, just to deal with these Shadows creatures on the board. Also, somewhat interesting, despite being a good way through the game, it seems like the Prophetic Visions deck is through its deck a lot less deep than Guadalupe. And by a lot, I mean 3 cards, but still. But here, of course, Predatory Landing can become very scary very quickly. But fortunately for Quick Draw, perhaps, it wasn't a Predatory Landing under the early birds, but Unstable Deal. So we see Witch of the Dawn, Youngest Bear, and Teresa being purged. But actually, most of the creatures seems to be surviving here. And Quick Draw checks at 6, although it's a medium check. General Store will be able to prevent a key just by taking 3 chains. The Ultimate device coming down though means that General Store won't be able to go into Shadows here. And also that Quick Draw won't be able to go into Starlines next turn. Though I think he might accept that fate. Oh yeah, Teresa is great. One of my favorite cards / Dark Tidings cards. These two statements are the same. Really happy to see her back here in the Dark Tidings, but also in Prophetic Visions. Pretty much the only thing that you can profitably do with the refit action card in Star Alliance. Kind of a stupid include, but yeah. Yeah, Predatory Landing will be extremely relevant, especially it might be a problem that he has one more creature than Quick Draw here, and that Unstable Deal might be coming back to haunt him. But the Stars Aligned happens before the Forge Key Step even, so would be able to steal 4 without Quick Draw doing anything about it. If at least the Predatory Landing is in hand here. You could they tell no tales your own creature. Yeah, you could they tell no tales for exactly this. And then play another creature, because then you take out 2 of your own. Because if you call Logos, you take out 1 of your own, but 2 of Quick Draw. Anyway, we see him go into Logos, place a Psychic Bug, which will also allow us to take a look at Quick Draw's hand. We see Final Analysis Data Forge. and no Ember control. So interesting. Final Analysis will be able to net 3 cards. So it puts Quick Draw at 9 cards in hand. And Data Forge. So Data Forge would mean Quick Draw would need 1 more than the current cost. So if he raises the tide, then with the static collection array, even before reaping with both of his creatures, we'll be able to forge from this point. Cutthroat Research is not going to do anything. And I believe that might be game 1 going to Quick Draw somewhat soonly. Put something under the early bird, but it doesn't really matter. We won't be seeing that come. We won't be getting to the point in the turn where that will be able to fulfill. At least if I'm counting correctly. I have been known to count wrongly in some recent matchups. Yeah, Quick Draw is going to also make sure that there is indeed enough. But yeah, goes for the Logos. We'll reap twice here. Stun something, doesn't really matter. Final Analysis. And Data Forge. And okay, so I did count wrong. Only has 1 more Ember than needed. But still, good game. Yeah, I don't have to grab the logs. I've been set free. But yeah, pretty close matchup, and a predatory landing at some points in time could have definitely put a huge swing into things. So I think Quick Draw does have a pretty strong opportunity to 2-0 here. Yeah, Dark Titan Dex is going to be going first. With 2 O's, yeah. This time, both players decided to mulligan, switching it up from last game. Yeah. Excuse me. And has a Hydro Cataloger to start off. Pretty good artifact. Technically, the opponent could raise the tide first, but not much reason for Quick Draw to do so. But does have a Psychic Bug, so we'll see what General Store is working with here. Kind of a mixed bag, I would say. Collect a 2/2 hand is already. No, it's not a 2/2. Okay. Yeah, just kind of dumping some untamed features next turn, probably. And put something under the early birds, saying that if you want to play that Deepwater Druid, and surely you will play that Deepwater Druid, right? Then I will activate the early birds. Yeah, that was also a little bit remarkable last game. General Store, I think, never prophesized cards that didn't have fade effects. While I have a feeling that Quick Draw might be making some more use of that. You, of course, don't want your prophecies to be tied up at crucial moments. But Quick Draw pretty certain that, yeah, General Store is going to go above him here. And with the help of Psychic Bug, we already foresaw this turn. And not super much special happening here. But yeah, although Quick Draw definitely could have played something without a fade effect, has found an oh no you shouldn't have against a quick 3 Ember. Pretty good. Now, of course, we have seen the submersive principle in hand. So if quick draw goes too high here, might get punished for that. Or if he goes a medium amount, Xeno training and collection array might be also putting a stop to that. Or stalling the submersive, I should say. And yeah, quick draw goes into this here. Plays the relativity imp, a scorpion, and a bandit golfer within this icon. Now, do you activate the early bird here? Or I think you can make a pretty decent argument for tails you lose. Like, probably General Store will be activating that pretty quickly. But no, decides to put something under the early birds. Maybe wants something to happen later in the turn. Perhaps a oh no, you shouldn't have. That General Store won't be able to respond to. But goes for Starlines here. Raises the tide. I wonder what that's about. Okay, just wants to make sure he gets tags with the Lieutenant Falmart. Fair enough. And playing the Technobabble. No, the other one. The Sabotage mission. No, okay, it was Technobabble. Okay. Anyway, doing the Xeno trading. Okay, yeah. Either way, it's going to go to check here. Now, quick draw. Will of course activate the early bird, and here is the Predator ending. Of course, last game it wasn't seen at all, but is going to hit for only 1 here. Not the worst, of course. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but yeah. And yeah, General Store is at check here, but quick draw, especially with the Hydro Cataloger, might not mind raising the tide here to prevent that check, especially with the Submerged Principle in hand. Preventing the forge seems pretty relevant here. Right, and takes another look at the hand. Submerged Principle, some more stuff. A 2-1 hand, not ideal, especially since the 1 is the house that's most on the board. And Code Monkeys to archive. Oh no, I forgot what's two discards. The Scorpion and the Relativium. There, I knew it. And yeah, decides to raise the tide here. Seems pretty justifiable. And probably now just thinking about if he wants to activate any prophecies here. Early bird, probably, yeah, no way that is happening. Tails you lose, decent. I can see General Store going into a Logos turn to play Submersive and the Archaeologist here. Okay, does go for the early bird. So accepts that it probably won't be happening next turn, but is saying that yeah, it's going to happen sometime soon. So you cannot really avoid this one. And of course, well, we know the hand, so we know there's not really M control here. But with a different hypothetical hand, Journal Store could take away Ember to proc the early bird. And yeah, general store. Although the board and the amber totals are pretty equal right now, and maybe this is just me imagining things. But we do also know the hand of general store. It feels like general store might be losing some of the initiative needed to win this matchup here. But goes into Starlines and might be planning to tax with the Velmars here. Or not tax, but prevent the key at least. Since the Psychic Bug doesn't appreciate quick draw looking at the hands here. But not much else to be done, so once again goes to check. But it's, well, a more real check this time, but quick draw at least can raise the tide to make him forge for 7 here. And yeah, it's up to quick-draw to respond here. I believe we haven't seen shadows being called yet this turn. Predator and Landing going away by Fate, and Bandit Cover having this icon. So might be looking for a larger shadow turn, but at least first goes for this. We have those two cards in the archive, of course. Sorry, did I say this? I mean, he is playing an Urchin and using Mallet Cover, so obviously this is a Shadow turn, right? Oh, no, wait, here is the Scorpion, the Pied Viper, and the Relativity Imp. Pied Viper being a little bit awkward with the Captured Ember on the opponent's creatures. But as long as you have more creatures than your opponent won't be able to give those creatures over to you. Changes the tide to high and is going to prevent the key here with the Urchin also stealing one. Then the Culver is going to reap. Also, we see a Traumatic Echo come out to prevent any actions from happening here. Now, General Store could, of course, go into Star Lines and tax for 11. That seems somewhat relevant. But then you might just be losing to all of the Dis creatures on the following turn. So we could be seeing something else happen. Yeah, one more reap with Culver. Any prophecies being activated? Yes. The Tails You Lose is being activated. And now, with both flanks being a Starlines creature, General Store might be having a difficult time preventing that from happening. We still have the Unstable Dill and a oh no, you shouldn't have for relevant fate effects. Bye, Ketzer. And yeah, this is the first time I believe in this matchup that both prophecies are being used at the same time. And General Store goes into Star Alliance and finds the Overbird device, which will prevent Quick Draw from going into this at least on the next turn. Kind of annoyingly though, these two Dis creatures are also shadows in addition to their Dis house. So they could still provide some value on the board here. But yeah, if Gerald Store raises the tide, at least we'll be able to tax for a whole 5 extra Ember on this key. And in combination with the Overbird device, that might just be enough to puts them back into, if not a leading, an equal position. Yeah, pretty good find the over device here. And yeah, it's going to text with Velmer Stun Scorpion. Okay, even though won't be able to be used next turn. General Store also won't be able to go back into the star lines here, so it's going to take that out before it wreaks havoc onto the board. And yeah, quick draw forges for 11 here. While General Store goes to check at 8. Quick draw will finally go into the Shadow's turn here. And there we see the cover fire being returned to General Store, making him lose 3 Ember and stealing another one. Then steals with Bandit Cover and Hawks to destroy the override device, which will give General Store the option to go into the house first. But yeah. Oh, wow, and even finds the Mergans. I don't remember what's in the archives. It is a techno bubble, so we'll even be able to stun either these untamed creatures or perhaps only the Volmart, which could be an interesting consideration. Yeah, goes for the value of all these untamed creatures. Oh. Even as the sack of coins. So goodbye Velmert, goodbye Driscoll, goodbye Mookling, I think, with 8 Ember. Okay. Put some damage onto these creatures. I don't entirely know what that is for. Unstable Deal. Right, okay. Yeah. It seems like Quick Draw is setting up an unstable deal here. Now, both of these prophecies are pretty avoidable. But they might not be avoidable if you do the correct stuff. Like if you go into Logos here, we knew about the Submerged Principle. Yeah, really doesn't want to trigger that Tells You Lose prophecy here. So decides to discard the Nova Archaeologist. Which is a shame, because now you won't be able to get value from that on a later turn. But with Unstable Deal probably being under one of these cards, unless it's a bluff, which would also be pretty cool. But yeah, General Store feeling like they can't risk it right now. Yeah, and although I kind of like General Store's position at the beginning of Quick Draw's turn, at the end of these 2 turns, it seems quite a bit worse. Even with the Submerged Principle taking out 4 Ember at the cost of just 1. Even with that, it seems tough here. And yeah, Quickdraw is going to go into Shadows, place an Urchin, Reaps for 4. We'll replay the Urchin with the Vegan here. And goes back up to 10 Ember. Doesn't even need to raise the tide here, so just going to pass that along. I do perhaps kind of like raising the tide, just because you're going to go to 6 change, which won't impact your hand. And if General Store wants to prevent the McAvoy value, we'll have to go to 8 chains, which will impact the hand. But those are pretty minor details at this point. With General Store at 1 Ember, 0 keys against Quick Draw's 10 Ember, 1 key here. Now, depending on what General Store does, we might be seeing some relativity aim value, which would be kind of sick. It would require these 2 untamed creatures leaving the field somehow. But okay, Mookling is going to prevent that. Never mind, never mind. But it could have been fun. It could have been fun. Texas quick draw once more. But with this gain 6, your opponent loses 1 setup that quick draw has with shadows right now. It might not matter too much here. And yeah, I imagine that shadows will be the house that's going to be called here. But yeah, quick draw is going to consider the different options here. So, what would General Store need to get out of this predicament? Those are some big question marks. So it would probably start with a final analysis. That might do something. Then you can data forge for a somewhat cheap key, and then play double eddy to control some of Quick Draw's Ember. But yeah, I don't. We have not seen any eddies this game yet. Alright, but it's Quick Draw's turn. Quick Draw goes into this. Okay. Plays Annihilation Ritual. Oh no, you shouldn't have. We see the downside of having those prophecies being stuck right now. He's going to reap for 4 and it's in the Scorpion. And I guess that also makes 6 Ember. But also cycle some hand cards. So yeah, fair enough. Raise to the tide here. And gives it back to General Store. While checking at 8. Yeah, if General Store wants to prevent the Mechabui from giving an Ember to Quick Draw, we'll have to go to 7 chains here, which is the bad number. But yeah, let's see if we see this Logos turn happening. Of course, if you do final analysis, Quick Draw will be drawing 11 cards. That's not amazing. But it is funny with the Annihilation Ritual, so maybe do it for that? Question mark. Do it for the fun times. Do it for the laughs. Yes, goes into Logos. Come on. Be a true scientist. Feel the power course through your veins. All these creatures, they mean nothing to you. Nothing. Tide Warp, sure. Experiment with the tides. Place it on my steel heart. To draw 1 more card, right? To draw 1 more card. Come on. Final analysis. Also, we see Tells You Lose happening, and it was a Foreseer. Okay. Okay. We see an Eddie come down here. So probably no final analysis here. A little bit disappointing. But that's okay. And, well, shocker, but I might admit that having your opponent draw 11 cards after purging 11 from their creatures from their deck might not be a winning play, quote unquote. General Store, yeah, really doesn't want to raise the tide, especially with the Tide Warp on the side. So it's going to give 1 Ember to Quick Draw here. That does mean that he is on check for his first key at least, which is something. But it feels like Quick Draw might just be able to go into this, take care of the Eddy, take care of the Mookling, take care of the Colonia, and reap 4 more times and archive 2 more cards. That sounds pretty good. But quick draw once again might find a better turn. But either way, prospects for General Store don't seem amazing. There is of course an Eddy back in the deck, or still in the deck, I should say. So even if the one purchase here, you can reset the tax on the next turn. But yeah, tricky. But speaking of tricky, it seems like Quaterall also has a tricky choice, which might just be because of an embarrassment of riches is being offered to him. Like, do you reap in 5 in this, or do you reap for 5 in shadows? Tough choice, tough choice. Sorry, you reap for 6 in this, or 6 in shadows, I should say. But goes with this option. Takes out the Mookling and the Colonia here, presumably. And then fights into the Eddy with the Pied Viper. And afterwards generates former Ember with the disc creatures. Man, I'm I am on point with these called shots. They might not be the most difficult, but I'm tuned in. Yes, does all that. Do we see any hand cards? Is the question. Ooh, what a hand card. Yeah, probably able to take if you just purchase a creature. Oh no, purchase actions. I don't even know if it will matter, but yeah. What actions could stop? I mean, undoubtedly, Quaterall knows better here. Submerged Principle, but that one is already in the discard pile. Anyway, General Store will be able to forge a key here, and is staring down at Quaterall with 14 Ember on check for a first key. Yeah, Quaterall seems to be in a pretty good position not tonight. In a pretty good position. An unlosable position, one might even say. Especially with General Store being unable to play any actions. Goes into locals here and takes the archives into the hand. Ooh, that's also tricky. Really needed those archives with the Eddy. Although, to be fair, yeah. So, it is time for the final analysis. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Reeves with the Trollmage Steelheart. And then place the final analysis. Come on, you can do it. 7, 6, 6, I mean, tasty cards. Not as many as last turn, but still an amount. An amount of cards that you want in your hands. With only 4 cards in the deck, could potentially. Oh no, but no, the final analysis isn't being drawn back. No, okay. So yeah, goes for final analysis. We'll purge of all of these creatures. I don't think you want to see any of those back. Oh right, no, yeah, no action cards. That was the one that. Yeah, good game. Quick draw. Should have final analysis last turn. And yeah, quick draw will be taking this game 2-0. Using Guadalupe to win twice in adaptive high cut environments in the final refrain and in KAGI. And yeah, very well played to both of them.